I've bought in the cheapest of cheap rotors and brake pads before, but this one might take the cake. Of $8 for a whole set of rotors and pads for a vehicle? I don't know about you, but is this a TEMU or a Wish special? No, I don't think so, because this is R1 Concepts. Is this metal or plastic? What's going on, everybody? You watch GTSam. I'm Sam, and we're here in Pittsburgh with my friend's vehicle because he got a whole set of brake pads and rotors for his vehicle for $8. Now, it's time to see what do we have here actually in these boxes, and who knows what it really is, but now we're gonna find out. So let's go ahead and get right into this right now. So far so good. It looks like a box full of brake parts. Good start. We got, metal hardware. Then we actually have the pads themselves. Well, let's see. It does say R1 Concepts, and I know they're good. They're not the race style, but they're good. Look good. I mean, they're pads. All right. How rusted are like the rotors or something? Let's find that out. Nope. Look like rotors to me. So we were here in Pittsburgh with my old roommate, as you remember from the OG days. Now we're gonna get this insider scoop of how we got this killer deal for $8 on rotors and pads.
Basically, there's an auction site out here, and I saw these rotors, and I was like, huh, they fit the Outlander. So I was like, let me just put a bid in there to $8, and then I won, and I was like, okay. I said to you, I was like, hey, I got rotors and stuff. You wanna? I mean, you suggested it actually. You were like, hey, yes, I'll come out there and do it. I was like, okay, if you want.
Yeah.
So here we are.
We have a 21 going on here, so nothing too crazy, but.
Oh wow, I need one of those.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Dang. I'm gonna go look at MacBit for one of those. I think you were with me when I bought
14.
This. Oh, there we go. Leverage.
Man, that's tight, man. It's gonna be one of these brake jobs, isn't it?
Yep, when you think it's going to go smooth and everyone's so tricky.
Yep. This bolt's kind of stuck in there, so I'm pushing with a screwdriver and like drilling it out. Not drilling, but impacting it out. Oh, it's a glide pin in the same thing. So that's our problem. So as we'd see, this is all crusty junky. The caliper is off, so here's our pads from the back. Decently worn.
So how thin is it actually?
It's pretty thin. I mean,
pretty thin.
Yeah. Like I said, probably like 30% life left, but
yeah,
this is a good time to take care of them. Observe, we have a massive breaker bar in back here with my impact rated bolt on the 17 mil nuts. I was right on the size, but we just get that off, so let's just not mess everything up. So there we go.
Hey, there we go.
Came right off, so that's good. Nice and freed up. Let's do the top one here. All right, much better.
Leverage.
That's right. We have the brake hardware here. We'll probably just replace that since we have it. These days I'm not a fan of doing that, but we might as well, so just, yeah.
Yeah, we have the parts.
Yeah.
Might need a hammer. I remember busting these with the hammer, whacking it hard.
Yeah.
All right, time to get the hammer.
Okay, so this is gonna be one of those days. So we got a little WD-40 in here. We might need some more like not knocker loose, Freol. I like the Freol. All right, there's a few good taps for now. What? Nope, okay.
Give it the old whackaroo.
We're going from the back.
Oh, there we go.
Much better.
Nice.
Okay, very good, very good.
That wasn't too bad.
Not horrendous.
We're bringing this high-tech, sturdy system here.
Yeah. So as you remember, we have our slide guide pin here, and it's all gum cruded up, so it's not moving very well, and that will cause braking issues. So brake clean, all of that. Let's go ahead and scrub it up with a little metal brush here. Just don't breathe it in, wear gloves, and it'll be fine. Straight up cancer. There we have it. Kind of, it's a lot better. I'm gonna go over this maybe with some sandpaper or a small file, get this roughness out of here. So those are results in macro mode. So like I said, a little cruddy. We'll sand it up, we'll sand it down a little bit. It'll be good. Wow, look at that shiny new rotor. Looking good. Racket. So the top one was good still, but then the bottom one was all stuck up. So we gotta go and grease this up real good. Good layer all over it. That's a good amount of grease right there. Let's go ahead and do that. Put your 17s back in, and we'll go from there. Hardware time. So we got snapping these lovely clips. So we got the pads out. Looking all right. Looking all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and grease like the top here and the bottom here. So we're gonna sit right into where this hardware is, so it glides nicely in and out. I don't put anything on the back because it's just not needed anymore. That was stuff in like the 80s and 90s, but you don't need that anymore with all these rubber shims. So you're all good. Now you just need to make sure they glide nice. Ready for the fitment?
Yeah.
Slide. Oh, there we go.
Perfect fit?
Yeah, it fits pretty good. Yeah.
So we didn't get scammed?
No scam yet.
There ain't no TEMU brakes.
Nope, this is the legit. The place I'm gonna put grease on though is right where everything touches. So here and here there's not really much I need for the back here on the little piston. So let's go ahead and bolt this back up. Before I put the guide pins in, we gotta make sure we compress this piston right here. So if you have a kit, you can use that, or if you don't, you can this style, you can go ahead and just use a C-clamp. You'll put it right on the edge here, up top. Then you put the other part right inside on the edge as well. Compress it together, good to go. Or use a kit, twist it all in, and it pushes it right back in there. So a few ways to do that, but I've always done it with C-clamp forever until I bought a little kit here. So either way is good, but since we have the kit, we'll go ahead and use that then. Ta-da, here we go. So I got my little adapter right here, sits around top, and then with the plate, the backing plate that goes right into the caliper. So once you just go adjustments right, tighten or loosen to specifics. These are marked left hand and right hand, so that would probably help you out when taking care of this. Push, there we go. And if you really want this kit too, go ahead and check out the Amazon affiliate links down below, and you can go ahead and get your own kit too. Trust me, this works great for probably every single vehicle. Has all kinds of adapters and stuff, so you don't have to use pliers like I have in the past, like a lot. Oh, there we go. There it is. That already went in place. That was nice and smooth.
That was easy.
Yeah, smooth. Now we can slide this right on. There we go. Make sure we get the boot there. Boot number 2. So now that stays in place. Oh, that little impact gun is good. Remember, you got to go opposite. So because you're looking at opposite is right. No, tighten is loosen. Loosen is tighten. Because you
reverse.
Yeah. I think we did all right. This is legitimate so far. Everything fits well. Everything looks good. It's not plastic. I say this is a win so far. Got the brake line here. We got the bracket. We got to take that off. So I got my 12 here. Over here. Move things around. Good news. Once you get this bracket out, pretty much loose enough to go ahead and get your hanger right in here. Sit down in that, nice and comfortable. Don't worry about the e-brake line, we'll be okay. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at these pads. Thickness, life, good. Bad, it doesn't even have a shim on the back.
Whoa, what the heck?
Oh yeah, you got 2 holes. That's standard, but you should have a backing plate for vibration, and stuff that squeaks and things like that. But it's not here. I saw that on another vehicle just the other day. I don't know why, but I don't know how cheap they are or what. But weird. Akabonos, which are supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Someone messed up. Yeah. So a breaker bar, eh? Josh is so valiantly working on this, doing great. Ran into a snag. Bolts on the back of the actual caliper bracket right here, stuck in. So we had a 14. You got to use the breaker bar really hard, get them loose, keep cranking on it. Wasn't really moving anywhere. Just kind of like a gap. Just kind of sat there. Interestingly enough, I saw it wasn't going anywhere, so I put this in here on the bolt and started cranking on it too. It boom, bounced back. Yeah, if you come over here, you can see a big mark right on here that snapped so hard, it took this and just whacked it against the hub here. So see that mark right there. That's pretty intense. So now we heard the big snap, and why? Well, we're about to find out. So let's take this bolt out. Oh, get fuel. Okay.
So we're still in one piece?
Yeah, we're still in one piece. Woo! But we do have a ton of, maybe you can see it, ton of metal shavings on there. As you can see right there. Okay, well, to clean that up and maybe get a little bit of lube, not too much, and kind of going from there. So let's go to the next one, see what kind of joy that gives us now. Top one, not normal. Bottom one, normal. Coming right off here, you see loosey there. A little greasy with my Freol. You want some Freol? Link down below. Love that stuff. That's not JB, that's not BB Blaster, it's not WD-40, it's better. Just saying, it's trying to help you guys out here. Let's see. How many glide pins? Oh. Well, it was moving, but it's kind of crusty, crummy. You have to clean up another one a little bit. Let's try this one. That one's good though. Go ahead, put this caliper piston back in. This is a special one here, as you can see. Very interesting design there. You could use the really hard way and hackery of what I've shown videos before of taking pliers and a bunch of junk and twist them for you. You'll be here for a half hour. But new tool, give me a minute. We'll be done. Okay, let's keep rolling on here. So we gotta go find the one that's a little bit different. That one is for the front. So try and see if you can fit something up with little pegs on it. That's gonna go right onto there. I'd shoot smaller, but let's try it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. That feels good.
All right.
Good. It's not going anywhere. It's not going either way.
We are way flush flat now. This, good. Needed some convincing, and it'll help. So, all right.
Little muscle.
Put that on there. So like before, we're gonna do the same thing. Put the shims on and stuff. Then we're gonna go ahead, put it back together. Clean up this guide pin a little bit, and then put the pads on.
We didn't fully recognize the spans of our problems we're about to get into here. It's about to get tough and ugly, and we were not ready for something like this to happen. Once an easy brake job, never really is.
Ran into a bit of a snag, there's no doubt. Brakes and rotors are amazing, but what's not as amazing is a stripped, busted bolt. Yep, right in the caliper bracket. One thing I want to know is, how do you feel about this so far? The
I am frustrated. Well, actually, the rotors are fine, and the brakes themselves are fine.
$8.
Yeah, the parts are perfectly fine.
With this part,
it's the running the problems with bolts splitting or this or that, threads, whatever.
yeah. So that's the problem we had. So stupid.
The stupid thread, that's what it was.
Yep. Oh, it's right there. See how bad it is? Woohoo! All right.
That's screwed in straight, according to the threads.
That's straight. So yeah, the bolts jacked up, the threads are jacked up, and obviously this is from before, because when that made that massive pop, that's just not normal.
Yeah, we should have had that part on video.
Oh, we should. I think it just...
When it just went like...
Yeah, I think it just damaged the threads, ripped them up,
we
or
both
something.
looked at each other with a pop, we're like, that's not right.
Yeah, someone completely...
I thought the bolt snapped.
I thought so too, because it felt kind of short and loose, but after too much money, yeah, got a whole new kit right here for it. So
that we don't even need all the parts of.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we don't want to like bleed the whole system. I know we maybe should, but the other stuff's working.
Man, that's a nice shiny piece, though.
Yeah, don't worry, it's garbage. We don't need it. It's fine. Okay, it doesn't have to be that tight.
My gosh!
Come on, people. Jeez. Yes. You're messing with the wrong person, no, boy.
This is stupid. Why can't things just be simple with cars?
Yeah, probably flop around. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Don't mess with the power.
That one's still stuck.
That's a duck.
Alright, so this is the piece we actually need.
Yep. Yeah, the bolt actually still looks good. I can see the threads on there. There's nothing on there that's bad. There's, put a little bit of grease on there. It's pretty happy, so that's good for me. We're cruising now, man. The bolts slide in and are going nicely. I'm very pleased with this. See how smooth that was, getting that right in there.
That's how it should have been.
Yep. Y'all seen it before. We're gonna go ahead and just grease up right in the little grooves with the pads on the top and bottom there.
Alright, so Sam found something interesting.
Yeah, found a note stuffed in the back corner over here.
What the heck?
Right there. It says LMCC. Something. We're in the rear on the last rotor. I want to show you guys some crucial information here. So, nut, pads. Okay, we saw the pads before, they're thick and kind of nice, but I know the Rackabonos, that doesn't really say a whole lot. It doesn't look good for them because we're still missing the backing plates on these for like the rubberized backing in it, so knocking and rubbing and squeaks could happen. But the worst part is we have this. So we got this bolt here from the caliper too. Now, similar side of the story, we have a ton of marring and the threads are like just ripping themselves up here. We came out with a lot of debris. So this did come out, thank goodness, but this is the result of somebody putting this in, not by hand at first, but just starting it and then just zipping it in with an air impact like gun or something like that. And so that kind of ruined the bolt a little bit here. So that's part of the problem. So we want to be careful with that, and we're going to go ahead and make sure this is done right now.
Later. And while I'm out here, why not pick up some random finds at MacBids as well? Coming in here, looking for the parts I bought. I bought a desk, and guess what? A tea kettle. You want to see it? A tea kettle? Look at that. Hot stuff right there, man.
Only the best.
It's a good price. Let's see what this is all about. Later. Again. I'll be frank with you all. Obviously, I'm not feeling too well. I got some kind of flu going on here, working on the cars. Talk about slow, aching, getting up and down. What a pain. So obviously at Walmart right now, taking a pit stop, and what I need to get some green juice, hydration, and it should be good to go. I'm resting. I'm supposed to be working on a truck tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home. Things got way worse for me within an hour, like a brick wall hitting me, and then I was confined to Josh's basement for 2 extra days. I couldn't even drive home. Even when I did try to go home, my timing belt started giving me issues. That's a whole nother video. Pleased to say, the brakes were real, and MacBid did us well. Not the caliper bracket, that was a jerk. But can you believe that these brakes are originally $163.79, we only paid 4.88% of retail. But if you want these brakes and other tools we use today, go ahead and check out my links down below for this though. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up right there. Make sure you subscribe for more content quite like this and much more. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'll talk about it as well. That shirt I wore, you could buy one too from my link below. Anyways, thank you all again so much for watching. This is GTSam. I'm going to catch you next time.